Well, thanks for being here. It's an honor to be here. I think this is the fourth time doing a contract with Lavonte. You know, it's a given this some thought. It's really an honor and a privilege for all of us that work in this business that aren't players to be in the NFL because of the fact that most of us just have a lot of passion and love this game. The reason we love it is because we get to be around great players. But what makes this even more special is we're with elite players like Lavonte. And he's elite in every way, as a person, as a player, his stats. It's not really his stats. He's not a tackle collector. He makes these plays when they count, and very consistently too. And he's playing at the best level that he's ever played right now. And he'll continue to do that. So he's on a Hall of Fame trek, for sure. We're up. Where's Ira? No pressure, Ira. So this day makes it extra special to be here with Lavonte just because of who he is and the player that he is and will be and is going to help us get another championship. So go ahead.
Best words I ever heard spoken. But I appreciate that. Like I said before, I thank you for the constant communication and then just the will to be able to get this thing done, for me to be able to come back for another year. Obviously it's a dream of mine, a dream of anybody to, play all your tenures at one organization. And, I just want to thank you, the Glazer family, for everybody just for making this happen for me and my family. And I'm definitely grateful and thankful. So, like I said, I appreciate those kind words, but I'm definitely going to, prove you right by giving me this opportunity again.
All right, we'll open it up to questions.
Hi, Lavonte. Congratulations. So
Thank you.
glad to have you back.
Thank you.
You've been here in this organization through so many good seasons, so many bad seasons too. You've had opportunities to leave as well. Why did you keep choosing Tampa? Because for a long time things weren't looking so great.
Yeah.
And there wasn't, the potential to compete for a championship.
Yeah, I think it's just my personal drive and my personal competitiveness, just knowing that one day everything will be how it is right now. Being able to win, 3 divisional championships, getting the Super Bowl, I love it, and I just knew that one day that'll happen, and we was able to get the the right people in the building, and we was able to do that. But just for me personally, I just didn't want to. I felt like I was giving up if I do something like that, and for an organization to draft me, and be able to have that faith in me, give me a contract after 3 years, just goes to show like how they feel about me. So it was only right that I ride it out to see how far this thing gonna go, and it's been a blessing, and I'm thankful, and we got a Super Bowl out of it, so I'm definitely grateful for that.
What gave you that faith that things would turn around?
Obviously, honestly, talking to Jason when we hired BA, and then having a word with BA, and then having a word with Coach Bowles, just talking to those guys, just hearing the confidence in their voice, and just understanding that this thing is a process. It's gonna take time, but those guys came in and made those things work right away. I just remember my first day in the OD meetings with Coach Bowles. I never played in the 3-4. And I was always in the 4-3, so I didn't know how it would work. I was a little bit uncomfortable because I thought I was undersized. I thought you had to be real big to play in the 3-4. But just looking at it, I'm like, oh, I'll be fine. I'll be fine in this. And then just like going through everything and just, seeing how everything, works for my, my benefit. It all worked out, and I enjoy playing in this defense, and it shows.
What has been the key to your longevity? Because in a year where not many players play this long. Jason mentioned this statistically and otherwise is one of your better years. So how are you able to even improve and maintain that level?
First and foremost, God's grace. Just being blessed to be in this position. Be able to play at a high level like this with a lot of bad things happening, injuries and stuff like that. Be able to play full seasons without having no crazy things happen, no real surgeries and stuff like that. So it's definitely glory to God for that. But just adding to it, just trying to take care of myself. Just being on top of things year round. Not letting small things turn into big things, and just doing what I'm supposed to do, being where I'm supposed to be, and just being disciplined throughout the process.
About the ups and downs, Lavonte, of your career.
Yeah.
In terms of how the team did. I mean, those first 6, 7 years
Mhm.
were pretty rough.
Yeah.
The last 3 or 4 have been
Yeah.
pretty glorious.
Yeah.
How does that affect how you approach the game?
Those first whatever years is obviously difficult. I was having a conversation with this a couple weeks ago or whatever. Just I used to like take a lot of stuff out on my family when they used to come up when we wasn't winning, things like that, and then just me, maturing because I take it so hard. Nobody likes to lose, and just dealing with that, and then just maturing, and then obviously having BA and them come in, that kind of like changed my perspective on a lot of things. Just understanding his history and his background and the guys he bringing in with him, people who I could relate to and stuff like that, kind of like gave me a new sense of hope. So and then it changed around right away. I know the first year didn't go how we wanted it to go when they was here, but just looking back on it, I'm a defensive guy, so I'm gonna talk about defense. We had a great year, defensively. It was fun. I was having fun. A lot of guys were having fun. We had a lot of guys who made plays for us, and just knowing that those guys was able to come back, and then obviously adding Tom to the mix, kind of like changed everything. And it just was a culture change and a standard that was set, and those guys came in, and that's something that I feel like I needed to be a part of. Things didn't work out those previous years. You build relationships with people and stuff like that. Things didn't work out no matter how it didn't work out. But now, you just get a sense of just having fun and loving the game more.
Over the course of your career, have you been able to reflect at all about just what you meant to this organization and to the fans here? Is that something you'll probably think about more once you're done?
Yeah, I mean, I want to say, after the Super Bowl year, you kind of like just think back, and you just get a lot of messages from people, just telling me how proud of me they are, just because me sticking around through those tough years and stuff like that, and then now going to my 13th season, and you just reflect and go out like it was kind of like a blur for real, because things been pretty smooth since then, so but definitely a testament to what this organization is, just sticking with people who they have faith in, who they trust, and be able to have me here to be able to be around for the turnaround that we did have was just a blessing, just a true testament to how I am, how I put my hard hat on and go to work, and then just like the people around here, all you guys who've been here too through those hard times. So I'm sure you guys have faith in us as well. So definitely a blessing for that.
Take us through the process of how you decide. I know you've kind of been, when we talk year to year for a while now, but who do you talk to? How do you know? I assume you knew how well you played last year, but are there people that, because no one wants to stay at the party too long, at least about you. So how do you, what's the process of saying, yeah, I want to play one more season? You have a little girl now, you have a family, all that.
It's always an ongoing discussion, especially after year 10. Everybody's dream is to get to 10 years and then just see how I go from there. And ever since then, that's how it's been for me. Just depending on how I feel, how I am mentally, how I am physically. Do I still have love for the game? Do I still enjoy being around the guys in the locker room? Things like that, a whole bunch of stuff. Do I like working out with AP? All that stuff, which I probably don't, but I ain't gonna worry about. I ain't gonna say nothing. But yeah, just all that stuff collectively, man. But I'm having fun. I'm loving the game. I'm healthy. And then just you're gonna see how I go from there from here on out.
You've been here for quite a long time. You just mentioned going into your 13th season, and you're here to play another season. But there's a lot of young players coming in the draft, free agency. How important is it to you to kind of show them the ropes and kind of guide them, having been in this not only in this organization for so long, but in the NFL for so long?
Yeah, I mean, it's very important. A lot of our young players we count on when they come in. We had a couple young guys come in and start right away. And, that can be difficult for, young guys handling the pressure of playing in the NFL and being around, vet guys and try to prove us, guys like myself, right. So all I just try to do, just keep them calm, just be real as possible, just be authentic, not be too high, not be too low. Just trying to put into way to things to where they where they can understand where I'm coming from. Not just about football, but but about life. Playing in the NFL too as well. So. It was something like that with Kalaja. Me and Kalaja kind of grew up in the same neighborhood, went to the same high school and stuff like that. So, he was one of those guys who, obviously was comfortable with me all right away, and then I was able to, give him a little game on certain things. So, everything's working out well from him. But a lot of the other guys too, and the incoming guys too. I don't mind, being that guy to, kind of get those guys advice and stuff. So, I feel like it's my due diligence to do stuff like that.
Looked up to you as a role model is Devin White. He's not here anymore. He's headed to Philadelphia. And I know you guys worked closely together for the last few years. What advice did you offer him? Because I know he sought you out for a lot of things.
Yeah, man, just dealing with everything all year. I speak to him day to day. I spoke to him through the whole process, and just trying to encourage him. Keep him keep his head up high. Just when he get another opportunity, take advantage of it. Told him, our relationship would never end. The bond we built when we was here together. Playing with a guy like that, kind of made my job easier too as well. So he's definitely gonna be missed. But Devin, beyond football, he's like my little brother. I tell y'all this all the time. He aggravate me, still send me videos of horses. I don't know why, but he's definitely I'm wishing him the best, and I hope he gets what he's due.
One day last year, you guys won the division. There wasn't many expectations outside of here, and you basically free agency was bringing back Mike, bringing back all the starters and Baker and yourself. So, what do you feel about this team, about this year in terms of your chances? How close were you, do you think, a year ago, and what does it take to get over?
We was very close. What I said in the locker room, after the end of that game, I told all those guys, keep your head high. You have nothing to be down about. We had a great season. A lot of people counted us out. A lot of people doubted us, especially when we was 4-7. And, we climbed up out of that, and that just goes to show, like, what type of team we have. And to get those key pieces back, we could build off that. Obviously having Mike and Bake back, bring back Winfield and myself, it just shows that we could do great things, offensively and defensively. So I'm definitely looking forward to it, and winning those divisions, that was pretty cool and all. But we definitely trying to get to the big thing.
We ask you every year when you have that Pro Bowl snub, and for the life of us, I don't think anybody can really figure out why it happens. But even bigger picture, there's people that point to you and say that is a Hall of Fame caliber player. That's a Hall of Fame caliber career. But you've always kind of shied away from the individual accolades and focused more on the team. But for something like that, an honor like that, is that something that you allow yourself to think about, that, the Ring of Honor?
Not really. I only talk about it when it's brought up. But it just goes to show that I am doing something right. People talking about you, you're doing something right. So all I could do is control what I can control. That's just going out there and putting my best foot forward and playing however many snaps the hardest way I can. And whatever happens after that just happens. But it was a point where you hear a lot of stuff from people, teammates and other guys across the league, like, man, you supposed to be in the Pro Bowl, you supposed to be in the Pro Bowl. But I can't control that. It is what it is. But at the end of the day, I know what my film look like when I play and after I play. So definitely confident in my ability. I feel like I'm a Pro Bowl, All-Pro player every year. So that's all that matters to me.
Jason, I assume if you were in charge of the draft that year, you would have selected Lavonte.
Oh, no doubt.
Of course.
First player on the board.
But Jason, you always talk about the guys that succeed as prospects coming out. They got to love the game. They got to prepare well, and the mental approach is what it's all about. How does he personify that in your mind?
Well, he is the epitome of it. I mean, he's the poster child, literally, for us. We have a picture, a silhouette of a Buck player in our draft room. It says, "I am that man," and this is the person that we want in a player. The traits that you just, or some of them that we just said, and it doesn't show his face, but it is Lavonte. So he's the one that we look for every year. He's the standard.
What do you notice about his preparation?
Everything about Lavonte What makes him the player that he is it's elite. His preparation, his competitiveness, his desire, and his passion are a 10 out of 1 to 10 scale. I won't put him on the other scale we talked about. But as a player, he's a 10 on that too. It's just everything about him is elite. That's what makes him who he is. That's what makes it special to be around him every day. I think everybody that you want to be around people that are the best. It's just fun to watch.
Do you think your role could change next year, Lavonte, if without Devin White next year? Have you talked to Coach Bowles about that?
We haven't gotten to no X's and O's or whatever, but knowing Coach Bowles, nothing ain't gonna change. Nothing gonna change. You plug and play, man. You plug and play. You next guy up. It's the next guy up mentality, and you do the job right, you're gonna be in there.
Maybe you blitz a little more.
I would love that, but hey, it ain't up to me. But whatever we do right, we stick with it. And that's one thing that I do respect about Coach Bowles, and I really like. You find what's working for guys to make everything comfortable for guys, and whatever's working, whatever makes you comfortable, he's gonna do it. So since the first day, he said you got an open door policy, whatever you got a problem with or whatever it may be. You come in and talk to him, and it's been like that ever since. That's why he's a respected guy across the locker room. A lot of guys love to play for him.
A couple more?
A lot of guys play next to you. We talked about Devin and Paul Alexander.
Mhm.
What did you see from KJ in the time that he was starting, and even for that matter, Lavonte Davis?
I think KJ's passion for the game and his will to be great. I've seen it since day one. Rookies coming in sometimes. Some rookies when they see guys like me and Devin as the one, so they like, oh, okay, I'm just going ahead and focus on special teams. But KJ was putting the work in, just knowing that. I always say, man, like you got to prepare like you're a starter, and he took that to heart. And he's a guy who, like, every time he gets his opportunity, he's running everything like he's a starter. And when that opportunity came this past season, he took it by the horns. KJ is a real respected guy across the locker room. He's real passionate about football, and just his will to be great and be the best player out there is what I really like about him.
Obviously, a lot of the focus this offseason so far has been about bringing back a lot of the guys, but what is it like? What is it like to play with Jordan Whitehead again? How excited are you?
Oh man, I think that might be the biggest one back. Whitehead was a guy who, obviously, I built a personal relationship with, and just having him behind me on the field gave me a whole bunch of confidence. Just knowing that I could count on Whitehead to do his job, and for whatever happened, he didn't have a chance to come back, but still he was, communicating with us, talking about how much he missed us and stuff like that, how much whenever his deal was done in New York, he wanted to come back here. That was his first priority. So glad you guys was able to get that done. But no, it's all good. But Whitehead, he's a special guy, man. Not only on the football field, but as a person. For me, I'm all about energy and just seeing the good in people and stuff like that. And I kind of got a sixth sense for that. But Whitehead is one of those guys who just I enjoy to be around. As a man and as a teammate. He just brings that type of passion to the game that you love. Like when you playing with a guy like Whitehead, you can look him in his eyes and just know he's ready to play. So you don't got to even worry about him. And then off the field, the way he carry himself and how he go about things. He's a pro's pro, and that's the guys we got to have in this locker room.
How long do you want to keep doing this for?
How long? We're gonna worry about 13 right now, and then we're gonna go from there. But honestly, I always say, man, good Lord's blessed me, tremendously, to be here. And, I love it. I enjoy it. But we just going to keep on taking it one day at a time, 1 year at a time to see how it go. We just going to try to get to the Super Bowl this year, and then I'll let you know after that.
I was going to say, Rondé, he had some Iron Man stuff going on there.
Yeah.
Is that something you ever think about?
No. Rondé was a different type of cat. Rondé played 16 years with all type of stuff going on, and I commend him for that, man. Rondé was kind of like a mentor for me for that short year that we had together, and still have a relationship with Rondé to this day. And he's definitely a guy who I respect tremendously.
Thank you.
Yep. Thank you.